Hello, so welcome back. In the last tutorial, we created this surface, and then in this tutorial, we're gonna go back into our feature tree and adjust some of the curves that generates our surface here. So we're going to fix up this surface here, bring this lower because we added this curve onto a different line of the actual sketch picture. So if we jump over to our default displays and then we jump over in our feature tree under curve 2, you find that sketch, and this that sketch here, sketch 9. So let's click on that and say edit the sketch. So we're gonna go normal to profile, and then we're just going to bring these lines down to this area, because that's the line that we should choose at the beginning. Okay, so let's fix up a little bit here. I'm happy with that. Maybe bring it down here a little bit, something like that. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to exit this sketch, have a look at the surface. Looks a lot better. There's one more thing we need to do is fix up this curvature here. So let's click on your surface, and then you click on your guide curve and then say edit this sketch. And we're just gonna come in here by either you can do it this way, or you can press space bar and then get to the front. So let's bring it up to about here. Give some more curvature to it, see how that goes. So exit the sketch. So when you're working with surfaces, you gotta work with your splines and your control guide curves as much as possible to get the best shape out of your design. One thing you can do is you can click on the surface, and then you can come all the way here and select a zebra stripes, and this also will give you some indication of your surface. Let's turn off zebra stripes and let's choose curvature. Okay, so this gives us a good idea and see how our curvature is behaving. So obviously we can see here that there is some indentations along this area. So let's fix that as well. So let's get out of this curvature view. Okay, and then we're gonna come in here and we're going to edit these, edit the surface. So let's edit the surface. Let's jump over to our second display. Let's exit this here and let's jump back over to our second display state. And now let's edit our surface. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some more guide curves along this area. Okay, so let's go jump over to sketch, and let's edit these sketches. First we need to bring back our 3D curves which we hid before. So let's bring back, show that one and show that one. Okay, so now if we go back into edit our sketches, okay, now we can see our sketches. So let's add a few more splines. So add one, let's add one about here, and I'm just going to keep this completely straight, and I'm going to add one about here. Okay, and add another one about here. Okay, and then let's just make this curvature here, bring it back. It is pretty straight, so that's good. Okay, so now if I exit this sketch, and if I now go now and edit the future, and then I come down here, says guide curves, so we're going to add some more guide curves. So this is the tree that we just added, so let's add this one. Press OK on that. And let's add this one here. Press OK on that. Okay, and let's add this one here. Come on, processor. Yes, that's good. I'm going to say OK on that. And let's see the surface we have. Okay, so you can see we have a lot better surface now, a lot straighter along this edge, and that's what we're looking for. It's pretty straight. Okay, let's add our curvature. Oh, well, it's still not the best, but we're going to work with this for now. Let's take off some of these lines. Let's hide that. Hide this one here. And it looks like we have a really bad indentation in this area. Actually, it's not. No, it's actually not that bad. Actually, I like that. So we're going to leave it as is. Okay, we're going to leave it as is, and then there's one more thing to do. Is we need to go back here to default display state, and then we're going to make a sketch on this front plane, and we're going to cut away some excess parts. I'll just come up here all the way about this side, and let's flip it over. Okay, so it's not this surface that we're looking for, it's the end of the model. So let's just drag it into position, because that's going to be a different surface down here. So let's drag it into position. Something like that. So we're gonna keep it straight for now. And then exit this sketch. And let's just trim away our excess surface, trim surface. Let's trim that away. Okay, it looks a lot better. All right. Okay, so the next surface that is what we're going to create is going to be this surface, and we're going to create it from the middle of the door, from here to all the way back here. Okay, so let's draw that surface. Actually, we could go all the way from here to the back, which we can try. So let's try that. So let's sketch all the way from this point. And we're gonna come out all the way about here. Okay, I'm quite happy about this curve, so I'm going to leave it as is. And then I'm going to exit this sketch. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to create another sketch. Okay, and this sketch is what we're going to do is we're going to grab this edge and we're gonna go to convert entities, because that's exactly where we want this area to be. We want to be straight with this edge all the way in. So let's flip over to the other end. Okay, and then what we want is we are going to cut our curve somewhere about here. Move it forward somewhere about here. Okay, and then once we cut that, we're going to create another spline that goes from this edge, this end, because it's straight all the way about back here and it's starting to fall below about from this point. Okay, so we're going to sketch on our spline from this point, and then we're going to come somewhere about here and then like that. Okay, and then we're going to snip away this spline, this spline, this spline, and we're going to anchor this spline. We're going to fix that spline. Okay, and then we're going to adjust our spline here. Starting to fall back. Come on. That's it. Okay, and this comes out about here. I can pull this back, something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to click this spline and this spline, and we're going to put tangent relation to it. Press OK on that, and then we're going to have this bar here. So now we can fall below that surface as much as we want. So we're gonna fall about that much, and then we're going to pull this down about this section here, so it will go up and then it go up in here and creates like a body shaped spoiler as well. And we can always adjust the height of this and the curvature of this later on. Okay, so let's leave this curvature as is and exit. Okay, and then we're just gonna come in here to our second display state, and then we're gonna go projected curve. Make sure you have sketch on sketch selected, and just select this spline and this spline, and let's create our spline there. So let's press OK on that. So we are very nice and perpendicular with this curve to that curve. Right, so let's just double check. That's not how we're going to create our surface, but let's just put these two surfaces together to see how perpendicular are we with this surface here. Let's flip these connectors quickly. Okay, and let's pull this back here about there, and let's have a look at that. Okay, I want to make sure that these two surfaces here, I'm going to knit together for now. I'm going to delete the knit, but I want to see how straight is it. Right, so it will be a lot straighter once we add our curvature and then we add tangent relationships to our curvature. But that looks good to me. I'm going to delete this, and then I'll see you in the next tutorial.